NBA owner faces justice after saying racial comments towards his girlfriend and his team.
Plus, we take an in-depth look at the latest events around town for the Cowboy Festival.
Also, couldn't there be scientific evidence of a mythological creature? Cougar News starts now.
This is Cougar News.
Hello and welcome to Cougar News. I'm Heather Harbin.
And I'm Aldo Canepa. Here are tonight's top stories. For the past 5 days, Donald Sterling's racist remarks caught on an audio recording threatened to send the NBA postseason into chaos. But after the league commissioner, Adam Silver, banned the Clippers owner for life, yesterday's protest at the Staples Center turned into something else.
It's more than just basketball. It's equality for everyone, and the Clippers represent that with their new We Are One slogan, bringing fans and players together to fight against racism.
Racism has no place in society, and I think we should all stand up for the cause and represent equalness within our society.
Wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter if it's the NBA, it doesn't matter if Taco Bell, it doesn't matter if it's a private clothing store or shoe store. Wrong is wrong anywhere in the world.
With the news of Sterling's lifetime ban, NBA fans are excited about the possibility of new ownership.
I think it should happen. I don't think it's going to happen right away because I think he'll probably fight. But I hope the owners will stick together and realize it's in their own best interest to sell.
I'm definitely excited about that because somebody who's going to have that kind of attitude and mindset, that closed-minded outlook, shouldn't be in charge of such a big responsibility.
Not all fans agree with the commissioner's ruling.
That was a sad moment to say what he said, but I think the punishment he got is too harsh, and they have to reconsider that again.
And some fans are ready to just get the focus back to the game.
I don't even want to talk about Donald Sterling anymore. I want to talk about this game tonight. We're the six men. Well, all races is coming together tonight and unite and cheer on our team.
For Cougar News, I'm Darien Onori.
With longtime Representative Buck McKeon vacating his U.S. House seat later this year, the race for the 25th Congressional District is drawing a large number of successors, and many of them showed up to COC last week. Hosted the town hall event at the University Center. 8 candidates in the field were on hand to share their views, including the predicted frontrunners, Democrat Dr. Lee Roger and Republican Tony Strickland.
LA County, where the candidates didn't have the opportunity, and all 8 of them, to basically address any concerns the community may have. We decided that it would be a great opportunity for us to provide that.
Well, I'm here because I'm a Democrat running for US Congress. I ran the last cycle, and I want to be a strong voice in Washington for the middle class and obviously for students, being a student myself and having gone through years of college to get where I am.
I led in Sacramento. I represented Santa Clarita for 4 years in the state Senate, and I will lead in Washington. And I've been very fortunate that Congressman Buck McKeon's looked at the laundry list of candidates that are running and said, I believe Tony Strickland will deliver the most for Santa Clarita in this district.
Recently, a dangerous outbreak of the measles forced Orange County officials to call an emergency meeting to inform the public to take caution. Our own Heidy Meija-Boyle has more.
Okay, here we go. You're done.
Every parent wants to protect their children as best they can. Unfortunately, we can't control the world around them. Vaccinating can definitely help them from contracting certain illnesses.
Oh, I think it's so important. There's so many preventable diseases out there and that you don't need to subject your child to. And a vaccine is there so you build up your immunity to it so you don't get that disease.
The measles is a droplet infection, which means you can get it by just talking to someone who has it if you're not vaccinated. According to the CDC, as of March 2014, Orange County reported 21 cases, Riverside County 5 cases, and LA County 10 cases.
I mean, my son a few months back had a febrile seizure from a bad case of the flu, and it was just the flu. So I can't imagine something even more detrimental to his health. So to me, if there's children that are around him on a regular basis, such as school, that it scares me.
Vaccinating is not always an easy decision. The best thing you can do for your family and the people around you is be informed.
We know that some of the ingredients to these concoctions for these immunizations are harmful, is that we need to make these immunizations safer.
I would do your research on it. They're always coming up with studies about that because it is a popular topic. There is some mercury in thimerosal, which is an additive to vaccine, but it's such a small amount that the children are already getting that amount in some of the things they're drinking, the amount in a quart of baby formula.
The doctor's way more educated than I am on the topic, so we basically go with whatever the doctor recommends as far as vaccinations.
This is Heidy Meija-Boyle reporting for Cougar News.
College of the Canyon Student Health and Wellness took some time to give thought to all the students who have committed suicide during the Shine a Light on Suicide Prevention and Awareness event. 1,100 lanterns were featured throughout the Honor Grove to represent the number of college students whose lives are taken by suicide annually.
We're trying to bring attention to the fact that 1,100 students have taken their own life in the last year that are college students.
COC students can expect a huge summer session this year with over 19,000 available seats. That's a 14% increase from last year. COC Director of Communication Bruce Battle says students need to accomplish their academic goals.
We're calling it the Blockbuster Summer, obviously, because it's, kind of the blockbuster movies that come out during summer and a little play on that, but plus too because it's really immense in size, obviously, the offerings. And so there's two different start dates. One is June 9th and the second one is June 16th. The June 9th is for online only, so you'll see a lot of offerings of really strong core classes that students need.
And now we go to the Cougar Update Desk with our own Heidy Meija-Boyle.
What's going on around the world, Heidy?
Thanks, guys. High winds have resulted in a brush fire near Rancho Cucamonga. The U.S. Forest Service says the fire has burned 800 acres so far. About 1,100 homes have been evacuated and 2 flights that were flying into the Ontario airport were rerouted to LAX. Kwasi Ennen, who many are calling the Whiz Kid after being accepted to all 8 Ivy League schools earlier this year, has made his choice to attend Yale. The 17-year-old has been described by people who know him as humble and well-rounded. That just makes it so much better to hear. Congratulations to him. Actor Bob Hoskins has died at the age of 71. Hoskins, who was known for his role in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, was a British actor who retired from acting 2 years ago after being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. He is survived by his wife and 4 children. And that does it from the Cougar Update Desk. Be sure to catch all the latest news. I'm Heidy Meija-Boyle. Back to you guys.
The American Sign Language Club at College of the Canyons began their busy week of events last week. They kicked things off with a flash mob on Monday in the TLC lab and continued on Thursday with a dodgeball match as they look to continue to bring awareness to deaf culture.
Air Goodman coming at ya.
The only message sent by Dodgeball the movie is that all of your financial problems can be solved by a rubber ball. But the intimate dodgeball match hosted by the ASL Club at COC sends a much different message.
Deaf people can also play sports, and they can do anything a hearing person can, including any type of sport. They can see how, the deaf people, because some hearing people, they only know the norms of what the Hearing Society has told everybody, so it's great for them to get a first-hand experience.
And needless to say, there was much more to this event than just dodgeball.
Deaf events are important because it's fun, you can socialize, you can learn ASL, it brings a lot of people here. If you didn't know sign, you can come and you also you build your skills and improve on that. They can come and enjoy the fun, socialize, meet people, they can learn sign language, they can make best friends, they can open their minds, and then they can go to future events and go to college to learn sign and everything.
No matter the size of the event, the ASL Club always appears to have the same goal in mind, to bring awareness to the deaf culture. Reporting from College of the Canyons, I'm Tegan Martirosyan, Cougar News.
Telling jokes has always been a fun way to entertain people, but did you know that it can teach others about different cultures? The ASL Comedy Tour did just that in the Performing Arts Center on Saturday. Another part of the ASL week, our own Jesse Canales joined the crowd in their journey to learn more about sign language.
Laughter is a sound most of us can make, but not one many of us can hear. The ASL Comedy Tour, created by comedian Keith Wan, has been entertaining crowds for over a decade now. Many of the comedians are coedes, which means children of deaf parents, and some of the comedians are deaf themselves. The majority of the comedy is voiced.
My father took one look around and he realized, and he put two and two together, that the man was asking him to help him do some remodel at his house.
By young comedian Wendell Smith Jr., affectionately known as Wink.
Whereas most comedians use their tone and depth of their voice to deliver the punchline, most of these comedians take a more physical approach to humor.
You guys are best friends.
The ASL Comedy Tour uses comedy to help hearing people to better understand the deaf community.
Hearing people may be lost with the sign language, but they can relate to the fact that the two cultures are colliding. And, like, oh, well, I married into the Spanish culture, so I had to learn a little bit about what that world was all about and all of the things that come with that. So it's all about relating when you get down to it.
I think that when you can laugh, it brings people together. Like, our differences kind of go away. And so when we have hearing people sitting next to deaf people, and we have hearing comedians next to deaf comedians, it brings the two worlds together and helps us sort of see that we have more in common than we don't, I think.
This is Jesse Canales reporting for Cougar News.
For the fourth time in 5 years, an event with national implications will be back in the Santa Clarita Valley. Canyons Aquatics will host the Summer Sectional Swim Championships next year. The event is scheduled for July of 2015 at the Santa Clarita Aquatic Center and is expected to generate close to $1 million in revenue. The city is expecting many of the athletes and officials to meet and stay in the local hotels and eat in the many restaurants in the area.
Well, the Summer Sectional Swim Championships is a swim championship for probably some of the best high school swimmers in the country, or I should say in the West Coast in this particular instance. It's held every year in Southern California or Central California. So Canyon Aquatics Club, which did on this particular event, won the bid. We'll be hosting it in 2015. It's not the first time we've hosted it. We've hosted it several times. This year, we've hosted it in 13, 12, and 11. So it's our fourth time hosting this particular event. This is a very highly competitive event. It will feature about 1,200 swimmers, some of which will go on to become Olympians. This is a very big deal for up-and-coming swimmers. A lot of these swimmers are going to go to college on scholarships. A few of them will already be in college, but most of them will be high school juniors and seniors.
Coming up next on Cougar News, from Cowboys to Coachella, we find out about the latest fashion trends.
Plus, we give you an update on rent at the Performing Arts Center. Stay tuned.
So worthless. Why don't you just go kill yourself?
It's the first time I've ever seen the same letter grade across all your classes.
Get out of here! What's right? You can't show me. Walk right here. Nobody wants to beat it.
I'm Richard Horvitz.
I'm Tara Strong.
I'm Michael C. Morona.
And I'm Danny Tamarelli.
Hi, this is Ming Chen. This is Mike Zapsik.
Hi, it's Louis Anderson.
I'm Weird Al.
I'm Florence Henderson.
I'm the Grinch.
And you're watching.
And you're watching.
And you're watching.
And you're watching. You're watching. And you're watching.
And you lucky people are watching.
Cougar News.
Cougar News. Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News. You're watching Cougar News. So this is for the older ladies.
And I'm a cougar.
A cool addition to the famous Cowboy Festival is the Western Walk of Stars. Our own Heather Harbin was able to get a closer look into some of the history behind the Western genre.
This is Jack Williams, a local stuntman.
Have you ever walked around Old Town Newhall and noticed the bronze saddles on the sidewalk? Like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Santa Clarita has something similar. As part of the Cowboy Festival, Santa Clarita hosted the Walk of Western Stars. This event honors actors, directors, and film professionals for their contributions to the Western heritage of America. People from all over came to be part of the tour and enjoyed listening a little more about these stars' lives.
As a 9-year-old, she was so in love with Clint Walker that she would go to the studio just to stalk him. Okay. Some were from Minnesota and Texas, and so a lot of people come to the Cowboy Festival from a lot of different places, and it was a good group.
For Cougar News, I'm Heather Harbin. Once again, the 21st annual Santa Clarita Cowboy Festival took over Melody Ranch Motion Picture Studio, which many consider to be one of the best cowboy festivals nationwide. Brianna Ruffalo takes a little ride through the West to give us a blast from the past.
The western town that used to be home to legendary cowboy actors comes alive to the public once a year for this event, with trick ropers lining Main Street, spinning and throwing their lassos.
The people are great. This is my spot right here on Main Street, and the kids and families, and it's wonderful. You know, the kids have a good time. There's no computer games here, it's just natural.
More Western performers were found blacksmithing and engraving their horseshoes just a few feet away. Some people waiting almost 2 hours just to get their lucky horseshoe. Nearby, vendors peddled one-of-a-kind Western clothing, hats, boots, accessories, and toys. And this festival has become so big that people are traveling hours to Santa Clarita to get a feel for the Old West and be a cowboy for the weekend.
The weather's perfect, the people are all friendly, shops are wonderful, no high pressure, just real natural. And the outfits are wonderful. I mean, I've seen some people that look like they just walked out of a movie set, or... It's a long drive for me, but it was worth it.
And what would all this Western fun be without some real cowboy food? Like cowboy coffee and beans, famous peach cobbler, barbecue, Louisiana sausages, a corn specialist, and ice cream stands for the kids. Another big hit was the Kids Corral section, featuring activities where they could even round up their own cattle. Melody Ranch displays rich Western history and fun throughout their 4-day event each year. It's no wonder this cowboy festival attracts more than 10,000 people in just one weekend. From Placer to Canyon, I'm Brianna Ruffalo for Cougar News.
Ever wonder what it was like in the Old West? Most people don't know that your local blacksmith was pretty much your Home Depot. Yvette Sanchez went to the blacksmith station at Santa Clarita Cowboy Festival and learned how and why Mark Wishbone Birdsall got into making horseshoes for the event.
Mark, or better known as Wishbone McCrae, shines light as to how and why he has had his own blacksmith station at the Santa Clarita Cowboy Festival for over 20 years.
22, 23 years ago, I came up here to help a buddy of mine who just recently passed away. His name was Anvil McCrae, part of the McCrae clan. And he passed away a couple years ago. It's kind of rough for us to come up here without him. But he was getting older, so I helped him load up his truck. And one day I was standing around, and he says, "Hey, you want to know how to make horseshoes?" And I said, "Okay." And I started burning my hands and like that, and just had a great time doing it, and just got practice.
Not only is Wishbone Station fun and inviting, but he also makes sure that the kids and adults can learn a little bit of history while they watch him do his craft.
To feel that history come to life, instead of it just reading in school books, now you're getting to really see it, smell it, hear it, and that brings the history to life.
Whether you're looking for a one-of-a-kind unicorn horseshoe or a regular one, make sure to come see Wishbone. He guarantees to hammer the luck into any horseshoe and give you a magical experience you'll never forget.
You ready? All the good luck out of here.
I just had to take a horseshoe out of the bucket, and then they cooked it, and then they put my name on it, and then they made it shiny.
Peanut butter and jelly. Oh, cool.
Reporting from Melody Ranch, I'm Yvette Sanchez.
Country music has become more popular in the last decade, and now it seems the country craze has spilled into the fashion world as well. Christiane Kimberlin has more.
The Repertory East Playhouse, located on Main Street in Old Town Newhall, hosted the kickoff of the 2014 Santa Clarita's Cowboy Festival with a cowboy couture, Western-inspired fashion show. Festivities started at 6:30 p.m. with a reception in the Hideaway Lounge with a full-service cocktail bar, with the fashion show starting at 8 p.m., emceed by Ed Masterson.
Welcome to the Cowboy Couture Fashion Show.
The models were our own community members. Including Mayor Lorraine West. Fashions were from local providers from Santa Clarita. and our own celebrity models, the Western designer fashion, vintage cowboy apparel, made this event a great kickoff to the Cowboy Festival. This is Christiane Kimberlin for Cougar News.
Introducing our very first environmental segment for the show. Leaf and Lindsay give us a scoop on Earth Day, river housing, and more.
So, Lindsay, Earth Day was just last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Many people don't know this, but the holiday actually came about through the triumphs of many environmental activists back in the 70s.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the day today represents support for environmental protection. Although support and awareness isn't as strong as it used to be back in the 70s, let's see what some students had to say about it today.
Well, if I recall right, I was around for the original Earth Day, the first Earth Day. In the late 60s, I was in high school, and it was a pretty big deal because a lot of things had changed with the EPA. We were starting to realize that a chemical, for example, DDT, was making birds' eggs so they couldn't hatch. And it was banned about 40 years ago. And we saw the fruits of that labor during that time period because the bird population increased. It's just banning a chemical that was widely used in the agricultural business. But I think the biggest thing that people can do is be self-aware and be aware that things that they do affect others around them. And the others include the birds and the fish and the flora and fauna, that what we do and what we try to live our life with has to be more ecologically friendly.
Biodiversity is crucial when it comes to the topic of environmental preservation.
Yeah, definitely.
So why has College of the Canyons joined the effort to restore bluebirds on campus?
Why?
The birds once played an important part in the ecosystem. Having once been in abundance, they have died drastically since, and so we're now trying to provide a home for these little birds once again.
That's so nice.
Professor Chang Levine gives us an inside look. These birdhouses have begun popping all around the Valencia campus and the Santa Clarita Valley, as a collaborative effort with College of the Canyons and the community to restore the bluebird population.
So between SEEK, which is COC's outreach entity to the local K-12 community, and then COC Sustainability Center on campus, we entered the second phase. So the first phase was on campus, placed 10 boxes involved with the biology department, biology students. We have the clubs that got really involved last year, placed the boxes. Professor Kathy Slong and Marian Goldberg were very crucial in helping us launch that. The second phase is when we start going into the local community. We work with currently 8 schools that have our bluebird boxes on their campus, in addition to some church grounds, people homes, and also a karate place that want us to go. And we went. We will go anywhere anybody wants us to go. We want students involved, and specifically how students can get involved. They can help us monitor the bluebird boxes, because currently we have 10 boxes on campus, and they need to be checked at least once a week. Because now it's nesting season, ideally they should be checked twice a week if we can. So if a student check it, we wanted to take most of you have cell phones, you can take pictures. Where as soon as you have sighting, we want to record.
1. So, as you know, Santa Clarita is known for its suburbs, great eateries, and shopping.
Yeah.
Many people are thrilled with the growth of the economy out here in Santa Clarita, creating more opportunities and jobs. Some people, however, have raised questions and are curious how exactly this is going to affect the environment and our well-being.
Understandable.
Now, the Newhall project was created and approved in 1999. It includes housing, apartments, an elementary school, and a strip mall. Let's take a look and see exactly why environmentalists and some residents and students aren't exactly thrilled on the Newhall project and what it will do for the environment. Covering 5 miles of the Santa Clara River, creating more pollution, and building over prime farmland are just a few reasons some people aren't thrilled about the Newhall project.
I feel we're getting too
industrialized, I guess. We're not really paying much attention to nature anymore, and nature's a beautiful thing. I'm a bio major, and I love just nature in general, and it's kind of a shame when we lose nice environments like that.
Part of the project will start at the beginning of the 126 and end at the Ventura County line.
Well, I mean, obviously I don't like the idea of drying up a river for houses. There are already a lot of houses out here, but I mean, I can't say I'm informed about it, so.
6,000 units have already been approved, and 3,900 units for housing are being processed now. The biggest concern is the pollution, and if we should be building over prime farmland, especially when global warming is at an all-time high.
That's it for our environmental segment. I'm Ferris Sudani.
And I'm Lindsay Maxitopoulos. Remember that our Earth is our home, so don't forget to take care of it. Thanks for having us, and back to you in the studio.
Ever wanted to learn some relaxation and stress management techniques? Abigail Gutierrez tells us more.
To get a makeover or a facial, you would usually go to a beauty salon or spa, but the Expo Extravaganza provided a variety of stress relief and energy sprays.
Start at the bottom and kind of come up and go around. I like to spray down because I like it to kind of like completely cover me, almost like to my feet, you know?
The Havita team also gave free samples of their weight loss and memory recovery coffee, as well as hosted a raffle.
We decided to continue. We were the foundational piece of this, and then I decided to kind of make it just a collaborative effort for the whole community, for children and women and families. So there's everything, something for everyone, I hope, at this event, from pampering to photography to coffee to cupcakes and treats and glitter tattoos for kids.
In addition to the multiple products promoted to help the body, mind, and soul, patrons of the expo also have the opportunity to shop for other products, such as handmade rings and dream catchers.
Well, folks, I hope you picked up some tips for stress management and relaxation. Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Abigail Gutierrez.
And now for our entertainment segment with Monique Urquidez.
What do you have for us, Monique?
Hi, guys. Did you know that today is Mean Girls' 10th anniversary?
Yeah, I heard about that, and I also heard you're trying to make fetch happen, and you should know it's not going to happen.
Okay, Glenn Coco. Music is in the air this spring. Broadway's Rent will be serenading audiences at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center this May. Cougar News reporter Alyssa Dickert stopped by a rehearsal to see how the cast is gearing up.
All right, let's.
The countdown is on. COC's Performing Arts program is less than 2 weeks away from opening night of their spring production Rent. This two-time Tony Award-winning musical by Jonathan Larson first hit Broadway back in 1996. Matthew McRae, who is the director of COC's adaptation, was lucky enough to see the screenplay live on Broadway back when it debuted, but it didn't come easy.
I was on the street for 22 hours. And eventually got my seat. I got front row center.
Now it's Matthew's time to be front row center of this production, and he couldn't be more thrilled.
The cast members I'm working with are in the exact position that I was in when I was first introduced to the production. So it's real magical for me to watch them get this experience, because I kind of see myself in their eyes a little bit.
Rent is a very ambitious musical. It is unlike traditional musicals because it is more of an operetta and has varying vocal ranges. They practice 4 times a week, 3 to 4 hours per rehearsal. Rent embraces a bohemian lifestyle and celebrates difference through intense subject matter.
If somebody can come to this production, sit out here and either see that they have something different about them that should be celebrated, or that they learn to celebrate difference, I would feel really proud of that.
The award-winning Rent has inspired generations. It's definitely a performance you don't want to miss out on. And you can catch it right here, May 9th through the 17th. And for more information, go on to www.canyons.edu. Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Melissa Dickert.
Beyonce and Jay-Z announced this week that they will be on tour together this summer. Their On the Run tour will begin June 25th with performances in cities across the country until August 5th. Tickets to the public go on sale Friday, May 2nd. The first ever iHeartRadio Awards will take place tomorrow evening from the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles. Hosts include Rihanna, Justin Timberlake, and Imagine Dragons. Drake, Ariana Grande, Ed Sheeran, and more are set to perform, as well as appearances from Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Demi Lovato, and many other celebrity guests. And now for the box office. Are you looking for an action-packed adventure film with a hint of romance for your girlfriend? Lucky for you, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 hits theaters this Friday. We return to the double life of Peter Parker, who is balancing being Spider-Man and being able to spend time with his girlfriend, Gwen.
Sorry, I'm late. I had a traffic thing.
Did your traffic jam have anything to do with being, I don't know, shot at by machine guns?
Secrets from the past arise, and Peter comes to realize that all of his enemies have one thing in common: Oscorp. With great power comes great responsibility. Just like with great fashion comes great style. At least Taylor Villanueva and I believe so. We are back at it with this week's Fashion Minute.
Coachella.
Coachella.
Coachella may have happened weeks ago, but the talk about this festival has not yet died down.
The style and fashion of this event has continued on into the stores and hopefully into your closet. If you're still looking for Coachella finds, here is a list of things to look for. First and for always, anything with floral or Aztec print.
Be sure to have all sorts of jewelry, such as rings, necklaces, bracelets, and anklets. Anything boho or vintage looking is great.
Other accessories to have are flower crowns or flower headbands. These go perfectly with the current spring fashion.
Keep a pair of urban sunglasses with you regularly, unless you are wearing a fedora or snapback, but even then you can pair the two together.
Lastly, the festival tattoos. Gold or silver, the temporary tats were a hit. Check tattoo sites, Etsy, or even Amazon to find these guys. Make sure to hurry out and get these Coachella pieces that'll last you through the summer.
For Cougar News, I'm Taylor Villanueva.
And I'm Monique Urquidez. And this has been your Fashion Minute. Hope you're able to add several of those items to your closet. That's all for entertainment. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Monique. Is it food that you savor? Robert Ulloa talks to us about the food truck invasion that took place in Santa Clarita.
Hi, I'm Robert Ulloa with Cougar News. I'm here in Valencia, California. I'm at the second Sunday food truck invasion.
I started the food truck invasion just as a great kind of family getaway, family gathering. Yes, it's for the West Ranch football program, but it's also for the community. We have nothing like this up in Santa Clarita. Who doesn't like to eat off of food trucks?
I agree. This is really good. Robert Ulloa with Cougar News. The truck food invasion has come to an end.
Still to come, students weigh in on new evidence that may show new life in the ocean.
Plus, did the Cougar baseball team reach playoffs this year? Stay tuned.
When you're in the mood for endless Italian dishes, Vincenzo's Pizza is your one-stop shop.
From their hand-tossed thin crust pizzas to their meaty Chicago dogs and their toasty sandwiches, to their creamy chicken Alfredo pasta.
I love their chicken Alfredo pasta.
Vincenzo's New Hall has exactly what your appetite desires.
With fresh ingredients, 12 cold beers on tap, and live entertainment on the weekend, you will not be disappointed.
Vincenzo's Pizza, inch for inch, the best pizza in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Habitat for Heroes.
Really, it's a story about people.
Letting people see that they're not alone, they're not isolated. We're here to help.
And we need to work on behalf of our veterans.
Then we can really change that veteran's ability to reintegrate into the community.
Habitat for Heroes is not just rebuilding homes, but it's rebuilding lives.
And that's the message we want to get across.
Get involved. Visit habitatscv.org and find out how you can help.
Knock out cancer! You're watching Cougar News!
The YMCA is taking a step to promote healthy habits in kids with their National Healthy Kids Day. Our own Ariel Thompson has more.
Last Saturday, the YMCA hosted their Healthy Kids Day event. This event promoted that kids should be healthy and active. Also, this event shared what the YMCA has to offer for kids during the summer.
Hi, my name is Ryan Fowler. I'm the Youth Development Program Director at the Santa Clarita YMCA. I oversee all of the youth programs. What you see behind us is our annual Healthy Kids Day event. It's a nationwide event that the YMCA has been doing for 26 years. So on this day, all of the YMCAs all across the country are having similar events where we focus on healthy lifestyles and healthy choices for kids and their families. So we have a bunch of different healthy vendors and health foods. We've got hamster balls that kids can crawl around in. We've got obstacle courses. We're having different performances from gymnastics groups and dance groups. And of course, we're promoting our own programs. We have a resident camp, Camp Whittle, which is great, where kids go and spend the summer up in Big Bear. We have day camps, and then we also have teen travel camps and specialty camps as well.
Healthy Kids Day sponsors were Citibank, Edward Jones, Mount Asia, State Farm, and Santa Clarita School of Performing Arts.
George, I'm a volunteer camp director with the Santa Clarita Valley Family YMCA. We're here at Healthy Kids Day representing the YMCA and the summer camp program, doing our part to build a strong community.
So you guys should get your kids out there and join the Y. For Cougar News, I'm Ariel Thompson.
With the Kings in the playoffs, some Little Kings took to the ice at the Valencia Ice Station. Our own Matt Robinson has more.
Watch that first step. Yeah, there we go.
First steps. They are something a parent never forgets. But this time, these first steps are something both parent and child will always remember, as they come in the form of a new adventure. Hockey.
All right, you guys ready to go? Yeah! There we go.
Presented by CCM and Dustin Brown, the Little Kings program was started by the LA Kings Fan Development Department in 2013. It started in 6 rinks with 180 kids, and has grown this year to 14 rinks and 500 kids in Southern California.
It's great for the kids. They have a blast out here. They learn a lot. They keep out here playing hockey, and we love it. It's great to have them out here. It's fantastic.
Each Little Kings participant is given brand new equipment from CCM, which allows them to be properly dressed for their 6 on-ice practice sessions with the ice station's coaching staff. The program also draws volunteer help from the Valencia Flyers Junior A Hockey Club, which has players come out and teach the young children some finer points of the game.
It's a lot of fun helping out these little kids learn the game that I love.
You know, just great to teach a sport, and you know, great to be out here. I love all the kids' enthusiasm in it. You know, they all learn how to skate, and it's pretty fun.
The enthusiasm and the fun that's involved is what keeps them coming back for more.
He's so excited. He actually wakes his dad up every Saturday and says, "Hey, Daddy, can you take me to hockey now?" So he's pretty excited.
And even though they struggle to skate and fall down often, the joy of the activity can be seen on their smiling faces each time they come to the rink. Matt Robinson, Cougar News.
And now, Darien Onori brings us sports.
What do you have for us, Darien?
Thanks, guys. And some of the best things come in 3. The 3 Amigos, the 3 Musketeers, and now COC has its own trio. Roman Delgado, David Horst, and Ilya Ilyev. Our own Yvette Sanchez sat down with Coach Fisher, the men's basketball coach, and the trio to get their reaction on their recognition and what it led to.
There's the Three Musketeers, Triple Threats, but here at COC, we just call them the Trio.
When I found out that I got first team, I was really excited. I wasn't obviously expecting it, but I guess that's what comes from hard work. So pretty happy that I got it, and the rest of my teammates did too.
I was excited. Dave and Neely are really good friends of mine, so I loved playing with them, and something I've never heard before, so it was cool.
I was happy for the three guys. I think they worked hard all year, and the recognition that they deserved was earned through the conference coaches vote. I think each of them did their individual work, and I don't know that that was a goal of each of them. I think their goal was to win and compete on a daily basis, and I think their individual recognition was something that was on top of what their attitudes and efforts on a daily basis proved.
The trio agreed that it wasn't just their individual performance that made them successful, but Coach Fisher's passion and drive to make them better players and students on and off the court.
When I came here, Fish put a lot of confidence in me because I came from Northridge where I didn't play that much. I came here, I played a lot, so he gave me the confidence to, play my game, shoot the ball. That's what I like what he said, shoot the ball. So.
It's clear to see that whatever these three men do, they're going to succeed. For Cougar News, I'm Yvette Sanchez.
The COC Cougars went into Friday's finale with an 18-16-1 record. Looking for a win to gain a wild card spot, the Cougars played and hosted the visiting Bakersfield Renegades, who they have beaten in their previous 2 meetings. On the mound was Ryan Paramo, making only his 2nd start of the season, squaring off against Alan Winans, looking for his 6th win of the season. First inning, it's Eric Williams out to right field and rounding it to first, and there he goes, and he's diving into second for his 12th double of the season. And dusting off his shoes, and next batter up, Caden Meadows, shot to left field, getting the RBI, running home Williams for the early 1-0 lead. And look out, Renegades call 911. There he goes. Nick Vigos just stole second base. And Robert Ramos brings Vigo in for his 31st, yes, 31st RBI of the year, as the Cougars win 9-5. Defeating Bakersfield all 3 times this season, outscoring them 31-13. Cougar baseball was able to squeak into the CCC AAA playoffs with the number 18 seed. And the Cougars drew in East LA College in the 1st round and took a trip to see the Huskies. The Cougars would jump into an early lead after an RBI single off the bat of Justin Russell. Later in the inning, a sac fly to center by Nick Vigo to bring home J.D. Kraskoff for another run. And though the Cougars would have some trouble keeping the lead in the bottom of the 3rd when Joseph Cloney's pitch gets past Justin Russell to allow Yamil Zudi to score. Two batters later, the Huskies would even the game up with a squeeze bunt by Kevin Amezquita, bringing in Kevin Rodriguez, tying the game at 2. The teams would trade runs throughout the rest of the game, but the Cougars would ultimately lose the game 6-5, going away quietly and ending their season. The 4-16 Golden Valley Grizzlies were on the road last week, playing at West Ranch versus the 12-7 Wildcats. And the Grizzlies are talking strategy, and it's AJ West taking the bump for the Wildcats. And up for Golden Valley, it's Jaden France, and it's going, and it's gone. Solo home run to right, breaking the tie and taking the lead 3-2. Oh no, but the Wildcats come clawing their way back as Jagger Rasconi steals second. And swing, bada, swing. That's exactly what Jake Sperlin did to bring in Rasconi, and West Ranch goes on top 4-3. Going into Friday, there was a 3-way tie atop of the Foothill League. The Hart Indians, the Valencia Vikings, and the Saugus Centurions all tied with a 6-2 league record. Saugus gained a half-game lead after shutting out the Canyon Cowboys 7-0. That same afternoon, the Vikings were on the road at Hart High School.
Who won? Let's take you to Indian territory for the highlights, where the Indians are a perfect 7-0 this season. Top of the fourth, it's Hunter Holland. He hits it deep to left center. Off the wall, there's Hart trying to scramble and get the ball and make it there in time, but they just can't get it. Holland dives into third for the triple. There he is on third, trying to catch his breath. But up next was Scott Ogren with an RBI, bringing in Holland to take the lead. Bottom of the seventh, tied at 2, and the bases are loaded. It's Jack Ralston playing the hero with the walk-off single to win the game in a very dramatic fashion. The Indians stay perfect at home, winning 3-2. With the playoffs just around the corner, another close race for the Foothill League crown is expected for the boys and girls swim titles. And a fan favorite to take the Hart swim team is Saugus High School. It's no surprise that the junior Olympian Abby Whitesell and the Centurions will once again make it tough for the Indians to take the crown. On the boys' side, Hart Indians High School seems to be the favorite yet once again, with the 17-year Foothill League Titans seem unstoppable. Cole Cogswell and Hart face a unique challenge in the Valencia Vikings. The Viking swim team is a dark horse in the Foothill League and has a legitimate chance to upend the Indians' long streak for both the boys and the girls in the pools. And that'll do it for sports. For Cougar News, I'm Darien Onori.
Thank you very much, Darien. The urban legend of the Loch Ness Monster has been around for decades, but now new photos on the internet could unearth the mystical beast that might exist. Our own Ryan Nelson investigates.
Does the Loch Ness Monster exist?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I do not. Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
Maybe.
What if I told you that there's only 6 to 8% of the ocean actually discovered?
Oh, I believe you completely. I feel like God's made so many creatures that we've yet to discover.
Many scientists now believe that in the deepest parts of the ocean are where these mysterious creatures may lurk. With recent images, there has been new theories whether this animal actually exists, but there is no solid proof whether this animal actually exists. Could possibly be confused with a whale or a shark. The image that is on the screen has been going viral all over the world, with the scientists believing that this animal has been alive for over 6 million years in the sea. The reaction of the public has been mixed.
Well, maybe in the sea there's something that we haven't discovered, but not in that lake, no.
No? What if I told you that there's places that our technology can't even get down to? It's just too far deep.
Well, being that I've actually swam in Loch Ness Lake, I don't see how anything can survive in there. Of course there are. In the sea, there's probably things we haven't discovered yet. There's been, we've never been able to see a 10-foot squid, but they've washed up on the beach. There are things we've never seen in the sea.
Because it's possible. I mean, the ocean is what we've only traveled so much of it or explored so much of it, so why not? Yeah.
From Cougar News, this has been Ryan reporting.
And that'll do it for this edition of Cougar News. I'm Aldo Canepa. Be sure to catch us on the web at cougarnews.com.
And I'm Heather Harbin. You can also send us new tips and story ideas at cougarnews@canyons.edu. Have a good night, everybody.